Hey guys, it's Papa Nasty here, and today I'm doing a video about New World. In particular, I'm going to be looking at what you should do in order to prepare for the Gorgons Raid after you've hit level 65. So one of the first things that you should do is you should go to Brimstone Sands and go to your faction vendor there, and your faction vendor can then give you two quests there: Infiltrate and Show of Strength. Whatever the third one is, it's usually not worth doing. Pick it up just because that way the next time that you go to the faction vendor, that quest won't reappear, and then you can cancel it and one of these two will pop up underneath often. But so go to him, get your Infiltrate PvP quest, your Show of Strength PvP quest. You can do these up to 3 times each day, and for roughly four times the usual amount of faction tokens. If you continue to do it more than 4 times, you'll still get reputation gains, but you won't gain as many tokens as you do for the first 3 times. There's also a good way to slowly but steadily advance your PvP track as well. In general, if you just get into the habit of doing this every day, you'll see some great rewards. For the Brimstone Sands PvP quests, they're relatively quick and easy. So initially you just go down here, pick up an item that's in this sort of chasm thing here, cross the river, and then go down to the next bridge. Once you get to the next bridge, you've got to hang out there for 1.5 minutes, during which time there's an object that you pick up that you'll then take with you when you return back to Brimstone Sands. The whole thing can be done in around about 5 or 6 minutes, give or take a little. So they're pretty quick, and so you can complete the sort of two laps of it, so to speak, in about sort of 10 to 15 minutes, and then that's your 3 daily quests done. If you want to do more to get more reputation, that's great, because your reputation is important. You need to get to max level reputation with your faction. As you go up the various levels in your faction, you'll be able to buy some items. So I recommend buying all of these crates here that I've put a red square around, as these will help you to increase your gathering skills without actually having to do the gathering. And so if you've got higher level skills, that will mean that it's easier for you to find different nodes that you can use to just passively increase your, or actively rather, increase your gathering skills as you're out doing other things in the world. Now, for the ones that are below these ones, so these ones cost 100 gold each, the next set costs 300, and then the set under that costs 2,000. I wouldn't recommend getting the 2,000 gold ones, and I'm a bit iffy about whether it's worthwhile getting the 300 gold ones too, because the gold really does start to add up when you start getting down there. But anyway, these ones here they're great to get. Also as well, once you get down to champion, you can start getting your gypsum orbs. There's also 2 gypsum orbs available at the commander level, and also most importantly, you'll have access to chromatic seals. They cost 5,000 gold each, but they are absolutely necessary at times. You can sometimes get them for free from some of the seasonal events, and if you clear Gorgons, then you get 3 each time that you clear the last box of Gorgons. So it's a really big incentive to try and get your chromatics, to try and clear Gorgons, so that just so that you can get those 3 free chromatic seals for killing the last boss, so you don't have to pay 5,000 gold a pop. Because chromatic seals, you'll regularly use them. So if you go to the in Brimstone Sands, if you go to the gypsum kiln, right, you'll then see that with any artifacts, you'll need an armor matrix, or weapon matrix, or jewelry matrix, as well as the item 600 or sometimes less, I think, dark matter, gypsum orbs, and a chromatic seal, and a cursed coconut in order to upgrade any of these items to 725 gear score. For upgrading artifacts, you'll also need to have completed all of the artifact quests for them. This makes it a great incentive to ensure that you have completed the main storyline quest, at least the main storyline quest in Brimstone Sands. because the main storyline quest in Brimstone Sands will then allow you to enter Elysian Wilds. If you can't enter Elysian Wilds, you cannot complete the quests for your artifacts, and then for a lot of artifacts, and then you won't be able to upgrade them. If you can't upgrade them, you can't get them to 2725, and you're just sort of stuck. So you do need to make sure you do that main storyline quest. Also, if you do finish the Elysian Wilds part of the main storyline quest, you can get these attuned leather pants. These are arguably the best armor artifact for a DPS player that you can use in PvE. They are just absolutely amazing, and you should definitely try and finish that main storyline quest to get these leather attuned pants. Also from the Gypsum Kiln, you can get this item here called Grove Light. Grove Light is a very strong item for when you do Gorgons, because it'll give you nature protection, which is 15% nature protection, which helps a lot on the second and third bosses. Second boss is the most difficult, therefore you definitely want it for him. Also as well, you get health, and then you've got a third random perk. You can get this by farming dense Genesis materia. To get dense Genesis materia, you can just go into the expeditions, select Garden of Genesis, and then queue up for it. That's one way to get it, and if you do that each day, there's actually a daily quest inside the Garden of Genesis, which will allow you to get extra dense Genesis materia. And so if you just regularly do this each day, rather than saying, oh, I'm going to do it 10 times in one day or something, that will be the most efficient way to play. Just do it once a day for maybe 4 or 5 days or something, so that then you can get that Grove Light amulet. Now also as well, you'll notice here that we have our daily bonus random expedition. Now this gives you 750 coins as well as 2,500 faction tokens. Now the best way to do this is if you take off all of your armor and your jewelry, so you've just got your weapons equipped. This will put you between 200 and 300 gear score. When you do that, you'll see that you see here all of these other expeditions are red now. So you can only queue for Amarine Excavation. That's the only expedition you'll get if you do a random one, while your gear score is between 200 and 299. Amarine Expedition only takes about 5 minutes to complete, give or take a couple. So it is by far the most efficient way to just make gold by doing your random expeditions. Now also when you queue up, you can queue up as damage, you get your 750. However, if you queue up as a tank or as a healer, then you can actually get an extra cache which has an additional 250 coins in it and 500 faction tokens. However, be aware that if you do queue up as a tank or a healer, you don't actually need to tank or heal because it's so easy, it's just Amarine. But however, the queues will often be a bit longer because everybody already knows this trick. So everybody's trying to do it, and there's a limited number of tank and healer roles available. The other thing, of course, is you can do your daily mutated expeditions. These will get you 1,000 gold coins and 10,000 faction tokens. If you queue as a healer or tank, you get an extra 500 gold on top, so that's 1,500 in total. A lot of people enjoy doing these to make gold, and I mean it's a fun way to do things. You get a bit of gear and things, or whatever from the mutated expeditions, but it's not very efficient if you're just looking for a way to make gold. You'll make more gold from just farming or similar, and if you work on other things like your main story quest, etc., you will advance your gear likely more than what you would from just doing a mutated expedition. What you also need to do each day is go to Cutlass Keys to the Well of Fortune. You see the wells here. You can see where the fountain is by, it's a point of reference. Now, when you go to the Well of Fortune, you should always buy a glittering gold key. You can buy 1 per week. Once you get the glittering gold key, if you see this area here with the red circle, or this other area down here with a red circle. If you go to those areas, you will be able to find a chest which you can open with your golden key. Inside the chest will be 500 mystic doubloons. So that will help a lot with making, but it just means you have to do a lot less farming for the week of doubloons. So make sure you get that gold key every week. Also, as well, at the Well of Fortune, you should every day you should get your gold cursed epic crate. This gold cursed epic crate will sometimes have 725 equipment in it. The 725 equipment does follow loot buys, so when you open the crates, make sure that you have the weapon or armor type, etc., or your magnify set to the stats that you want, just in case you get lucky and you get a 725 piece of equipment. The perks and everything on it will be random, but it's still a 725. It's usually, you got a good chance you'll get something good. You should also get the refined resources crate each day, just because it doesn't cost many doubloons and it's just kind of easy money, easy gold. You should also get your dark matter exchange and your gypsum orbs exchange, because again, they don't cost many doubloons, and your dark matter and gypsum orbs are really useful. Dark matter you use when you're upgrading items to 725, and your gypsum orbs you also use when upgrading items, but later on, if you get a crafting profession maxed, you use them for crafting matrices or the components of matrices. So both of these are potentially very, very valuable to have. Also, as well, each week you'll have the option to get gold touch honing stones, gold touch oak flesh, balm, gemstone dust, stat boost meals, and trade skill boosting meals. Get these every week because they don't cost many doubloons, and it'll save you gold on consumables later. Also at the Well of Fortune, you can buy 710 gear score weapons. Now these weapons usually have one PvP perk, one PvE perk, and then one random perk. They cost 750 mystic doubloons to initially buy. However, you can upgrade them to 725 gear score with doubloons, gold cursed coconut, and some dark matter, as well as a craft mod, which you can then use to choose that the perk that was random. You can instead choose whatever perk it will be. So that's a really good way to get yourself a quite decent 725 weapon. Not amazing, because you're only getting to choose one perk, but quite decent weapon. And with weapons in particular, the gear score does make quite a big difference, because that's what scales your base damage. Now in Cutlass Keys, in order to get those gold cursed coconuts that you need in order to upgrade weapons and artifacts to 725 gear score, Citadel over here in the northwest or the west, that is the best place to get them. You can find gold cursed hordes, which have maybe about a 30% chance or something like that to drop a coconut. So you might need to open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many gold cursed hordes in order to get your coconut. You won't drop your coconut if you die in the area. However, if you die in the area, you will drop your gold cursed doubloons. So try to not die. There's also the Citadel. There is also a good area for farming gold cursed doubloons as well. Just be careful, because everyone knows that it's a good area for farming doubloons, and this is a free-for-all zone, so everyone is flagged for PvP. This area down here in the south, this is also an okay area to farm in. It's usually got a lot less people in it, but it also has a lot less chests as well. Now, with your gold, I would recommend buying 3 tier 1 houses. Right, this is one in Windswood that I have. It costs 5,000 gold. Over here with the red door, that's one in Cutlass Keys that has just 5,000 gold, and over there not in Cutlass Keys, in the other one, I forgot the name of it, in the southeast. That one there is also 5,000 gold. The reason why it's very important to get 3 houses, even if they're just the cheap ones, is because you need to have 3 Angry Earth trophies. And after you get those trophies, you need a house to put them in. So you can put your... so you need 3 houses to put your trophies in. So yeah, the trophies, as you can see from the materials required, they're not expensive to craft. When you upgrade them to basic or major, that's a little bit more expensive, but the basic trophies give you plus 3% damage to Angry Earth, and it's really important to have that damage. To upgrade them to a major trophy, you need to go to Eden Grove, and if you see the red circle on the screen there, there's a boss there called Bane, whom you can farm in order to get the trophy material Glowing Sap, which is used to upgrade your trophy from basic to major. He's soloable, but a little bit of a difficult solo, so usually there will be other people there farming as well, though. Make sure you wear your luck gear if you can, but yeah, otherwise good luck. You don't need luck gear, it just helps. Another way to get good gear is to go to the trader. When you go to the trader, use the filter here, and there you can type in 725 for the gear score range, and then click on apply. This will then show you all of the items which are 725 gear score available on the trader. As you can see, these are from from my server today. There's a lot of rings that are just 2,000 gold each, and so a lot of them are a good buy. Like this one, Refreshing and Hearty. Purifying Heart's rubbish, but Refreshing and Hearty are both good perks. Not necessarily amazing, but yeah, same here. Poisoning, Awareness. If you're using poisons, then yeah, this is potentially a great ring to get for just 2,000 gold. Again, not amazing ones, but they're okay. They're decent. It's good for the price. Similarly, you can get gloves. While I was making this video, I decided to actually buy the gloves on the left there for my son's account. Enchanted Ward, Health. I think they were just 7,000 gold or something like that. So relatively cheap again. Although if you can find somebody who's able to craft these gloves, then the cost of materials is actually even cheaper. You might be able to craft them for just 3,000 or 4,000 gold. Yeah, so if you know someone who can craft them, that's even better. Same thing goes for boots and helms and things like that as well. They're not that difficult to get now, as these Gorgonite schematics are everywhere. It's very easy to get 725 equipment now. For our Hive of Gorgons requirements, right? So you need to get your 3 Angry Earth combat trophies, right? Your consumables, your Angry Earth Ward, Angry Earth Weapon Oil, Powerful Honing Stone, Desert Sunrise, and your stats food. Ideally plus 48, but plus 44 is okay as well. Your armor and jewelry, around 700 gear score is fine. Gear score doesn't make a big difference on your armor and your jewelry. What's most important is that you want to have your key ability perks, so things like Enfeebling Skewer or stuff like that. Also, which sort of enhance your abilities. Also as well, your health perks, right? So if you can get armor pieces that have plus percentage health on them, that's a nice bonus to help keep you alive so you don't get one-shotted. For your weapons should be 725 gear score. Gear score matters a lot on your weapons, and the second boss is a DPS check, so you need to have high DPS. Ideally, you should have at least one ranged weapon, because on the first boss and the last boss, it is significantly easier to play as ranged DPS than as melee DPS. You just stay alive. It's just easier to stay alive. You should also ideally have one slash weapon. You don't have to have it, but when you get to the last boss in Gorgons, you need sort of about maybe three or more players who have a slash weapon in order to kill the X. So it's just if you've got it, that's good. Then you can be someone who kills the eggs. If you don't have it, then you're relying on other people to be there to do that job, which is fine. But ideally, if you can do it, that's even better. Also, as well, Rapier is best for the second boss, as he is the hardest boss in Gorgons, and he is essentially a DPS check. Rapier has the highest single target DPS, and so it's particularly good for him if you run an evade Rapier build for that second boss. Now, you can potentially run any weapons, but this is, if you're learning the mechanics and things, then it's best to initially just go with sort of what's best, and then you can, switch things around later on. But these, if you can have these prepared, it makes things a lot easier. Just put up some pictures of your trophies that you'll need, right? Your Angry Earth, Infused Angry Earth Ward Potion, Infused Angry Earth Coating, Powerful Honing Stone, Desert Sunrise, or you can use Incense, and a stat food, which Roasted Rabbit is for Constitution. There's obviously a different type of food for each stat. These consumables and items and trophies will be seen as kind of like a bare minimum for most Gorgons raids. Ideally, you should have more. You should have the major trophies. You should have, the strength food or dexterity food, whatever. But because on the second boss, you'll usually just drop down to maybe like 50 Constitution in total, and so using Constitution food takes you over that. But I hope that this sort of guide is of a little bit of help to people who are getting ready for Gorgons. If you've got any questions, please feel free to ask in the comments. And otherwise, thanks for watching. Apologies, the video is a bit long, but it is what it is. Thanks all. If you like the video, like and subscribe. If you don't, then don't. Cool. Catch you later. See you.